what about Michael Laudrup as well? Because his star is in the ascendancy as well, Sean. The Independent on Sunday report, the front page of their sports put out this morning that he would say no to Chelsea and Real Madrid. There was a poll, wasn't there, a few weeks ago, to replace Mourinho, and who would the supporters want? And it was Laudrup, having played for them as well.
Look, you're right, his star is in the ascendancy, but it seems strange that it's taken us 10 years, it seems Europe 10 years to discover he's not a bad manager. You know, he has been around the block a bit as a manager, moving from club to club in Sparta, Moscow, Brøndby. Yep. And now we're saying, hey, Michael Laudrup, amazing manager. Well, didn't we know that before? Well done to Swansea for spotting the fact that
did we know that before, though? Did we really know that before he joined?
Well, then, if you take that into account, why are we now deciding he is?
But Ash, sorry,
because I'll tell you why. Because I have to say, I think we're easily impressed.
So you don't think he's ready for
Real
Real
Madrid? I would definitely, at the moment. I mean, you know, you're linking with Chelsea and Real Madrid. At the moment, you know, there's been just over, two-thirds of the season gone. I would hang fire and reserve judgment and see over a 2-year period, 3-year period, how he does. And okay, some well to get him to the cup final, but I do think there is a danger that we sort of, I mean, you know, we hail him as the next best thing in 20-odd games.
Maybe that's why he's saying no. Maybe that's why he maybe thinks he.
I think he'd probably say the same.
No, but Ash, you've got to understand the mentality of this individual. This is a man who doesn't necessarily have a hunger to, you know, he's not awestruck by the top clubs because he's graced the top clubs. He's been one of the greatest players. He's been fated whether he's been. So he doesn't necessarily have that element of a Mourinho, Ferguson when he was starting out, who weren't at the sort of, you know, the top level of players. You know, Wenger as well. I mean, it's quite rare that you get someone who's a top player also proving himself as a very good manager. Maybe there's something in Laudrup. He actually quite likes going down to the training ground, not being bothered if he goes out for a meal in town, which he wouldn't get all that sort of. He would get a lot more pressure if he was at, say, Barcelona or Real Madrid or certainly Chelsea. Maybe he can get to cup finals. He can build a team organically. And I take your point about. Are we judging him too quickly after 6 months? He inherited Brendan Rodgers' team. Brendan had done great work there, building on what Roberto Martinez and Sousa had done before. But you look at the way he's changed in this season. This is a very different team, not altogether in personnel, but certainly in philosophy, to Brendan Rodgers' team. They're far quicker. The wingers come in off the flanks more. The full-backs attack more. I enjoy watching Brendan Rodgers' team, but I far enjoy watching this Michael Laudrup team more. They get the ball forward quickly, they're technical, they keep it, you know, they're a good team. And I think it's a little bit unfair to say, well, you know, he hasn't really done it on 6 months, because I think at the moment he's heading towards one of the managers of the season.
Yeah, but if you're going to get that top job, don't you think you maybe have to, if you're going to get a Real Madrid job, a Chelsea job,
So, sorry, who would you rather have as Chelsea manager, Rafa Benitez or Michael Laudrup?
I don't care. I'm
no,
not
but
on the
basis
Benitez's
that
track record is better, isn't it?
But on the basis that Chelsea changed their manager quite quickly, why isn't Laudrup a legitimate contender to be Chelsea manager next season?
I'm sure he is, only because they've probably run out of options. But what would you think? No, but just out of interest, what did you think about Laudrup resting those players for a Premier League game last Sunday?
I thought it was disappointing.
So, and so let's say they get beat today. I mean, let's just say Swansea get beat. Then how do you define Laudrup when you say, well, actually, you know, 7 days, a full week before a game, you know, against, you know, a lower division side in a cup final, you rest your best players? To me, I looked at that and I thought, oh, hang on a minute, I'm just, you know, he's been garlanded all the way through, and I just thought that came across as well. You know, maybe. You know, we should. But
when Laudrup came to this country, did you expect Swansea to be 8th at this time of year and for Swansea to be in a cup final, one step from Europe?
No, I didn't.